Hello, Patty here, the country wife from Vermont, now living in South Carolina. I hope all is well and everyone has had a wonderful Christmas and other holiday season. Today I'm trying to get a little short video done before everybody shows up. I decided that as thinking about the videos that I've prepared in the past, that the videos I like most on YouTube are the videos where we learn something, that people are showing something. So today I decided to show something. And what it is I had found this felted coaster pattern, and it tells you how to make felted coasters. Now, I've never used wool before, but I like the idea, and so that's what I did. This is a Ashford samplet loom, a 10-inch samplet loom, and I have the 7.5 heddle that I'm using, and let me see, I have 24 slots and holes warped, I guess, and what I'm showing you is what happened at the end of the last, when I put this warp on, and it was way longer than I needed it to be. And so when the time crunch came and I wanted to get these coasters off and felted, I cut off the yarn in front of the heddle. You can see the heddle there. So I tied them up so that they wouldn't, the threads would not come out of the heddle. And so now today my plan is to, because you can see that there's more paper there, so there's more wraps. I don't know how many inches of warp I have left, but I'm gonna try to start up weaving again, and our daughter who is here is going to want to do some weaving. So I'm gonna try again to show how to do this. So I'm gonna tie this on to the front. It's already been threaded, but let's see if I can get this out and put it on the front apron beam. I guess I'm gonna have to, okay, I'm gonna have to advance this a little bit. Okay. This is not gonna be any better video than all the rest, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Okay, so I'm going to tie, so these are, how many have I got there? 2, 4, 6, 8. Usually you take about an inch worth and you tie it on the front. Okay, now let's move this down a little bit. Hopefully this movement is not too dizzying. And let's see if I can tie these on. Okay, there's one. Now I'll open up some more and see. I'm not going to probably show you the whole thing because it'd probably take too long, but let's see. As you can hear, we have someone in the room with a cold. And in fact, I have a bit of a cold myself. But see how we tie these on and we do half of the knot the first time through. And then once we have the knot tied, we check to see how the tension is. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna stop this for a minute and then finish up, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I'm running my hand back across the thing, and this is a little bit looser here. So I need to tighten these up. This one needs to be a little tighter. And this one will tighten up a little bit too. Yeah, they don't have to be really tight. They just need to be even. Okay, so now those are on, and they're ready to go. So now I'm going to loosen the cog and pull this forward and wind it on. So then we're going to wind it on here. And I'm going to put the brake on there. So this is, well, that's not very good either. That's got to be a little bit tighter. Oh, and I failed to put the second tie on them, but I guess I better do that now because you don't want them to loosen while you're weaving or come undone. That would be bad. Usually I do a bow here, but I'm not today. I'm just doing a second half of the knot. All right, and then I'll pause again and I'll go get the stick shuttle and yarn, etc. I'll be back in a flash. Okay, so I got this little paper towel thing to go over the knots. So that makes it easier. Well, not so much easier, but better. And then let me just come in here. I forgot to do this, but a girl on YouTube that I watched does the what do you call it? The spreading of the warp. She uses toilet paper instead of yarn or sticks or something. So I thought, I'm going to try that. And actually, I'm going to back this up a little bit because, you know, even though the warp is what it is, I still would like to have, let's see. So let's see if I can show you this. So I'm putting the reed in the heddle in the up position. And then I'm going to take some toilet paper and put it through. Then I'm going to put the heddle in the down position and get some more toilet paper and put it through. The one thing about toilet paper is it does kind of disintegrate. Okay, and then back in the up position. And for this may be the last toilet paper that I need to spread the warp enough. So you'll note that I did not beat the yarn, but now I'm beating it. And it looks like I do need to do some more because you see how there's still these spaces in here. I need to do some more. Let's see. Well, I'm going to see if I can crank that up a little bit and see how that... This does not necessarily give me confidence that this is going to work on this particular batch, so I'm going to do it. Isn't that interesting that it's not That's the down shed. Yep, that's the down shed. Well, I can tell you right now that this doesn't look like it's going to do the job that I want it to do. Well, let's do another one. This is interesting. Let's see if this time will be enough. Well, you can see the spaces are getting shorter. I guess I'll do another one. And hopefully this will be enough. That's going to be close. That's close enough for me, I'll tell you. But now we're going to have this on here. Oh, let off here, let's put that into the neutral position while I'm winding it on. And, okay. Okay, so I got that and that. And I'm up here holding onto that. Okay, well, you didn't see me do that, but that's what I did. Okay, so now I'm calling that good enough. And now the yarn that I'm using is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, Naturals, and this is in cream color. And then the weft, that's the warp, and the weft is Brunswick Germantown yarn. I don't know if they even exist anymore. This is old yarn. Anyway, so now I'm going to do my best to weave on this and get started on it. Though I'm not going to weave very much because my daughter wants to have a chance at it. So you start out, or I start out by leaving, there's 1, 2, 3, about 4 lengths of the warp width that I'm going to use for hem stitching. I love hem stitching. So now I'm going to put the stick shuttle through and leave a mountain, so to speak. And this is the first time, this warp is the first warp I've done with wool. And the wool is very stretchy. I've always used cotton before. So you can see that I want to keep that good and keep an angle. And then when I bring the heddle forward, I want to be very gentle so that there's, okay, that's, so you want to have a little space between, let's see, where is that? I'm going that way. I'm doing this. Let me just see. Yeah, I didn't put I knew that the heddle, I always weave, I start with a heddle in the up position. Not everybody does, and I start weaving from the right. I think it depends on your hand, your handedness, and I'm right-handed, so I do it like this. So now I'm going to pull that, put that there, make sure I have my angle there. You can watch other videos telling you how to do that. And then the idea is to make sure that there's a little square of space between the threads, so it's not tight, because this is gonna, when you wash it, it's going to puff up. which is something to be desired. But okay, so I'm gonna do, let me see, where's the, okay, there we go. This is really awkward, you know. People who do really wonderful YouTube videos sometimes mention how hard it is to see around the camera. And I only have the phone, but it really is hard to see around it and to make it work. So I am even more impressed with the beautiful videos that I see. Mine will not likely ever be that. Oh, so you can see that one. I did a little bit too snuggly. I beat it a little too much. Anyway, I'm going to do a couple of picks. A pick is one time the shuttle going through the warp. That's one pick. And then going back through is a second pick. And I'm going to call that good because I've gotten a little more than an inch. Let me count the picks. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so that should be about an inch because this is a 7.5 loom, a heddle, and so that means that there's 7.5 threads per inch. And so 8 threads per inch. Now that one is not very good. That did not get snuggled up quite enough. Well, none of them are really good, but I'm going to call that good and redo that. Okay, so now comes the time where I do the hem stitching. And I don't have the needle with me, so I'll stop and come back. Okay, I'm back and getting out my this handy little thing. I got this at Dollar Tree at the beginning of the school year, where they have this little pencil case that is perfect for my threading hooks. So I've got those in there, and I've got this little thing that has a tapestry needle to do the hem stitching. So I'm going to do the hem stitching, show you a little bit of the hem stitching, and then we're going to call it good because the crew is beginning to arrive. So I go over 2 threads, and this is, up 2 threads, and then over 2 threads, whoops, then over 2 threads, and then we come up through. And, okay, so then up 2, over 2, up 2, and over 2. Oh, I don't think I'm showing you that. It's very difficult. I'm so impressed with people who do a good job with their videos. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do up 2 and over 2, and I'm going to call that good so you can see how it goes. Okay, back again. So our daughter has now woven 3 mug rugs, and we're ready to cut this off the loom. I'm going to take this, put that there, and I'll flip the loom around. You can see how she's got them wrapped onto the loom. And now we're going to show you cutting off the loom. And it's an easy thing to do. And what is that?
No idea.
I'll look at it in a minute. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Whoops, let's shut these up. All right, now we'll pull that through. All right, and now take the break off the front. Apron rod, 2, 3, and there's that. And there's these that I'm also going to cut off. Let's see how that's going to go. Okay, let's see. How are we doing here? Not as well as we could. Okay, so now we'll pull these spreaders out. And these can just go right in the trash. All right, then that one's out. Okay, so now you can see that we have got 3 coasters there, and I'm going to cut off between them. I cut them like this. Okay, there's one liberated coaster. Whoops, not quite liberated. Okay, there's one. And then we'll cut this. So if we wanted fringe, this would be fringe, but this is wool, and we're going to be felting it, and so it won't be fringe. So this last bit, I think I'm just gonna cut this so the size is the same as the other, approximately the same as the other. And I'm gonna use that leftover wool to make a magic ball. So someday I'm gonna weave with a magic ball, and we'll see what happens with it. See how good it is. Okay, so there's those 2. Wow, look at that. I didn't do very well on that cutting, did I? Okay, there's that and that. And there's that one. And you can see we have the little ends, but we aren't going to cut those till after we've felted it, and then we'll cut it flush with the fabric. And then this one, I'm going to cut these off. Okay, this is not exciting. It's just cutting yarn. But anyway, so here you go. Here's a using up end of the warp to make some more here. More mug rugs. And my daughter got a chance to do some weaving on a rigid heddle loom. Let's see. Okay, now these are going into the washing machine, and maybe I'll show them to you later. I'll show you what the previous ones look like. At least I think I will. Okay, yeah, here we go. So here is one that I've already done, the ones I did last week. This is the same yarn, the same warp, just this was the end of the warp. And these little fringy things are really kind of weird looking, but they're kind of cute. And this makes a very nice mug rug or coaster that we have on our dining room table. So that's it. That's the end of the line. So I'll say to you today, do good, be good. Let's do it now together. Thanks, and have a wonderful week.